how one viral song ruined my ruined Gertzy's life. Okay.
The song might have been clicked on over 2 billion times, but how somebody that I used to know impacted Gauthier's life is much less widely known.
I felt quite depressed a lot of times, and so that sort of started to really seep out into how the whole of my life was feeling.
We'll give a highly detailed description of how unexpected fame affected him, what role it played in his choice to quit music, and why Gauthier's humble nature makes his fate extremely saddening. He simply didn't know the song would get so popular, which isn't surprising since his previous songs were even rejected by local radio.
People would consider playing my records on commercial radio stations.
Gauthier therefore began uploading his music to YouTube, where he'd gained 250,000 views on his 3 most popular songs, and while this was still insufficient to make an impact globally,
I was disappointed when my last album, I couldn't find, say, a label to release it.
There was one single song that was about to change everything. Gauthier had spent 6 months writing the world's most relatable breakup song, which he almost scrapped before its release.
Oh my god, I remember all these, I remember that song. You didn't mean to cut me off. If I can, oh my days, this song was gone. I remember that song went everywhere,
Couldn't find the right female singer.
That song went everywhere, bro.
You know, that was the final straw. I thought I had to let the song go. I thought, wow, I've been sort of waiting for 4 months. It's just not coming together.
Thankfully, Gauthier knew the song had potential.
I thought it was a strong song. It had an emotional sort of intensity
amazing,
to it.
bro.
Eventually using Kimbra, who was perfect for its music video, which was then leaked to the public, giving Gauthier an unexpected advantage.
The video leaked in Australia a week before it was meant to be released and very quickly started, getting a lot of YouTube views.
Oh.
As mentioned, the song racked up over 73,000 views before the week had even finished, aided by viewers who simply couldn't stop hitting replay. Yet again, I've listened to it non-stop all day, like I've done for the last 5 days. I've watched this video over 200 times in the past day, no joke. Honestly, I think I'm responsible.
I used to rinse this song every single day, bro, when I was going through my breakup stage, bro. That girl, I hate that. Oh, that girl. The memories, though. The memories were good. The memories were good. That song, the memories were good. I'm not lying to you, but I had to go through that stage because of that song, because of that stupid. But it's fine. It's fine, though. It's fine. It's okay.
For half of the views for this. Brilliant song, brilliant clip, confirming the music video had an influence on the song's instant explosion.
Most people say, they think the video clip really enhances the delivery of the song, so a lot of people really have, responded to the video and wanted to share it with other people. It seems to have shareability.
Gauthier stated when it hit the first million mark, I was kind of like, okay, something's happening here. Although it seemed he was most satisfied to have finally been played on the radio.
It's the first real hit single I've had in terms of commercial airplay in Australia.
However, the radio stations quickly became insignificant as the song received publicity from a range of famous celebrities. Ashton Kutcher wrote, "This is kind of fantastic, reminds me of early music vids." Lily Allen simply stated, "Love this video," while Katy Perry tweeted, "New music discovery for me, check out Gauthier, specifically this song. The lyrics are so true, with Gauthier's rapidly developing audience amplifying the same message. I find it absolutely great this song is getting so much recognition. It's gotten more than 7 million views in just 3 months. It went on to break Milestone.
The video alone has more than 65 million hits now on YouTube.
After Milestone,
its unique video has had almost 300 million hits on YouTube.
After Milestone,
it's got like 860 million views on YouTube or something like that.
Making the song bigger than almost any other ever.
The 3rd most liked video of all time on YouTube with 1.4 million likes.
Although despite making a song that was somehow this famous,
I've read people on Twitter saying they're setting it as their alarm tone.
Gauthier made a point to remain extremely humble.
Okay, alarm tone is crazy. Waking up in the morning hearing that song. I do hear it though because it's a breakup song, so imagine reflecting on them times that you had with that person and then remembering the shit they done to you, which they don't deserve anything in life. But it's fine, bro.
Months after the song came out, Gauthier explained he still drove an old van.
Just last week, your van was stolen. 10 million single sales. What the hell are you doing driving a van?
And when asked about what he'd spent his fortune on, he had no interest in luxury.
What is the last huge thing you bought?
I haven't bought anything physically big. I really hoped it would be a new van.
In a different interview, Gauthier was questioned,
"What is the best thing that happened last year?"
To which he'd respond,
It probably wouldn't be something to do with a
marker of the success of my song or my album. More something like a really great swim I took at Summers Beach near where I live.
Which might also explain why he refused ads on his music videos, stating, "I'm not interested in selling my music. That's the reason I don't put ads on my YouTube channel," which seems strange to people in today's climate, but that is a decision you can make. I'm like that with all my music. I generally never want to cinch my music for products on ads, meaning Gotye willingly forfeited over $10 million. He'd add that he freely licensed his music to students making films, and would
okay, like, I understand that you wanna, not sell out your money about 10 M's. 10 million, bro. Like, that's quite a lot of money, my lads. If someone offered me 10 million, I'm taking that without nothing. If I'm not signing a deal and there's a 10 million towards me, I'm taking that shit. I understand you don't want to sell your music, but 10 mil? Life changing.
Even spent his time mentoring people learning music, which was supported by a Reddit post reading, "I sent Gotye a link of one of my tracks for the hell of it when I was a bit drunk. He actually responded and said he liked it. What a great personable dude," attaching the original email to prove that he'd told the truth. Down in the comments, a different person shared the story. We threw a few emails back and forth, and in my last one I said I'd say hello to him at his upcoming show. Anyway, the tick sold out before I could get one, and when I told Wally, he offered to put me on the door list. I can't say enough nice things about the guy. Gotye also gave a shout out to over 100 fans who covered the song. However, it'd be through these covers that Gotye first revealed his fame and success had its own list of downsides.
I'm a bit burnt out, like seeing another remix, another cover of a song. It's like, and a lot, some are okay, some are quite average, and so I was a bit over it.
Damn.
With covers such as the Star Wars that I used to know gaining over 30 million views, it's no surprise Gotye began to feel like he couldn't control the song.
Hearing a lot of bad remixes and edits on commercial radio around the world, like it's so far out of my hands that maybe, my stage name is being badly represented by all these other people doing really crap interpretations of my song.
With less power over his music, Gotye was no longer as comfortable.
If anything, I have more sort of self-consciousness, or I can sort of see the concerns about like becoming maybe more famous, more being prompted to be more of a personality, being a smaller fish in a bigger pond, if you will.
And when asked on MTV, "Are you comfortable with all the eyes on you?" Gotye responded by stating, "I don't know. I go back and forth, I guess. Maybe anxious at times or overwhelmed by it or not sure how to process it. Maybe I've sort of got you."
But let's be real, that comes with the lifestyle that music brings, so let's be real. You did choose to be a musician, you choose to put out that song, so of course you're gonna have eyes on you. You can't, come on now, you have to expect it. If you want your song to blow up, of course you're gonna have everyone looking at you like, "Who's that? Oh yeah, you made that song." Yeah, of course, man. Come on now.
Used to how to handle it. This made it obvious that becoming famous wasn't the motive, so much that he'd moved to the other side of the world just to avoid being recognized. Gotye relocated from Melbourne to Brooklyn because there's a pleasant thing in New York where nobody really makes a fuss. I wouldn't know if people recognize me, or if they do, they're very cool about it and don't mention it. I felt the difference when I came back to Australia last Christmas. Walking into cafes or restaurants, someone would say something really nice and want to chat. I feel a lot more anonymous here in New York, which is nice, confirming he'd lost the personability he used to enjoy with his audience.
When things get to a certain scale, when things get sort of maybe too big, it's really hard to keep it personal. It kind of feels more disconnected to me than when, say, I was making tracks in my bedroom.
This seemingly only became worse after winning 3 different Grammys, where during an interview afterwards, he'd reveal another way he was suffering from success.
I sometimes felt a bit self-conscious about it being such a big song, being one that is about people who don't seem to be able to work out the differences, and the fact that people sort of celebrating that seems somehow incongruous to me for a while.
Gotye feared his song might have been adding to global relationship dissatisfaction.
I feel a bit self-conscious about that because there is an aspect, a lot of the song is quite angsty, and there's a bitterness and a jadedness to it, which I really want to spread, that greater sense of angst or dissatisfaction with failed relationships.
Which was in addition to the thought that his song was annoying the world.
The song is really overplayed and probably saturated to the point of absurdity, where I feel like it's out of my hands, but I'm some kind of annoying presence, and an audio presence in people's lives that they would prefer not to have there.
He noticed that people were saying, "This song is plastered everywhere. I can't go to a mall without hearing it. Whether I like it or hate it, I don't want to hear it anymore."
Obviously they're so sick of it. They feel compelled to tell me how sick of it they are.
And as a result, Gotye apologized for making everyone listen to his song over and over again because of how many times radio stations were playing it. He'd also have to deal with a phony news story claiming that Gotye had died, and with completely unrelated YouTube comments such such as RIP Gautier. Now you're somebody that we all used to know. He'd be forced to clarify on Twitter by simply writing, "I'm not dead." It seemed his only solution for avoiding the public spotlight was to book an extended American tour. However, his live performances came with a new problem, making his life even harder.
They leave after they've heard the hits.
Especially in America, I found.
What have they got? They
got my money's worth.
Gautier noticed that the rest of his songs weren't quite so popular.
Some people love some songs and hate others, which is just the way it should be, probably.
And perhaps nothing reinforced this more brutally than his 2012 Coachella performance. An article explained that after playing his hit single, Gautier performed the rest of his songs to a noticeably smaller crowd, the reason for which was explained by two different people on Reddit. My friend said when he performed at Coachella the year he blew up over this song, it was the first one he performed and then the crowd just left. Lol, I was there for that and can confirm that I left after hearing that song. That's the curse of the one-hit wonder. Gautier seemed unconcerned about this being true.
I mean, people ask me, like, whether I worry about being a one-hit.
Let's be real, no one really listens to like all the rest of your songs. They only listen to one. It was massive. That's what happens with every other artist. That happened with my man CJ. CJ made one good song, disappeared. Who else happened to? Who else was a one-hit wonder? There was a lot, you know. What's his name? I saw Little Skies was one. Little Skies was a one-hit wonder, disappeared. There was a couple. There's a couple more. I can't remember the rest. There's been a lot of one-hit wonders who are just disappeared. But CJ was the biggest one. How can you make one song whoop-tee, then just disappear off the earth? No one listen to you again.
I don't really mind if I don't ever really have a big hit like that, because I'll get like, well, I've had that experience. That's what it was like.
However, it was clear that his future music's performance was still heavy on his mind.
That was such a big hit. What's next for you?
Not as big a hit.
The question came up in so many different interviews.
Does the pressure of somebody that I used to know haunt you when you're writing new songs?
Gautier made it seem as though he was about to make new music.
I'm only going to start writing new stuff this year.
However, when asked about whether he can follow up the track with another smash hit, Gautier responded, "I don't know. Time will tell. I don't know whether I can or whether I want to." He clearly didn't work too well with deadlines.
You're not afraid of waiting. You're patient. You really want to get it right.
But after two full years passed with no new music, people began to post, "I wonder what happened to Gautier," while the original music video filled with comments such as, "Gautier, alright guys, see you tomorrow. Last online 8 years ago. My man's dropped the fattest banger in history and dipped. Now he's somebody everyone used to know." However, by this point he'd actually appeared on television, where he was asked the following question.
When's the next album coming out?
I don't know. I'm working on things.
And while he didn't sound too confident, there was a barely known reason for this. Just 2 months beforehand, Gautier released a newsletter containing one important sentence: "There will be no new Gautier music." The newsletter continued, "Maybe there will be. I'm not entirely sure right now," with the main question being whether anyone would hear his future music. Well, people certainly would, only it wouldn't be posted under Gautier's name. Throughout his entire career, he'd been making music with a band called The Basics, which became his main project after ditching his solo career. The Basics bass player Chris Schroeder had clearly grown tired of people asking about Gautier, as he'd state, "When I see people saying where's Wally online, or making the now he's just somebody that we used to know, I just think, don't you idiots know how to use Google? In the time it's taken you to write that stupid tweet, you could have just Googled it and maybe discovered some great music he's been releasing recently on the other end. It's so lazy, you're not the first person to do that joke, just shut up." Despite announcing in 2021 that the band had stopped touring, the Basics haven't stopped making music, and there's even been some recent hope for Gautier as a solo artist. In 2020, he was named ARI's Australian Artist of the Decade, where he'd announced that the follow-up album will be released in the next decade probably, and while his past doesn't exactly indicate that it's coming anytime soon, Gautier's had an outstanding career regardless of his musical future.
So how has this success
2 billion views in one song, bro? It disappeared as well.
Opportunities come along, they present all sorts of challenges, but they present a chance to learn new things and learn new things about yourself through that process.
For real, if I made a bang, I'm disappearing as well. No one see me again. Shit, I got my money's worth. I got the shit I need to get. Let's be real, no one's really gonna listen to the rest of my other music. Like, I'm good in life. I'm gone. I'm out of here. Let's be real. I will do the same like he's doing. But I'm making music, bro. I got my M's, I got my deals, I got everything I need. I'm gone. My family's good. Everything's set. I'm done. Why do I need to make music again? Come on now.